Hello everyone. In this class, we will study Grade 8 Science, Chapter 8 Cell, Structure and Functions. मतलब एक सेल का ढांचा क्या है, उसकी संरचना क्या है और उसके काम क्या हैं, उसके फंक्शंस क्या हैं. You have already learned that things around us are either living or non-living. आप ऑलरेडी जान चुके हैं, आप पहले ही जान चुके हैं कि हमारे आसपास चीज़ें या तो लिविंग हैं या नॉन लिविंग हैं. फर्दर यू मे रिकॉल मतलब आप याद कर पाओगे. आगे आपको याद आएगा दैट ऑल लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स कैरी आउट सर्टन बेसिक फंक्शंस. सब लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स कुछ बेसिक फंक्शंस कैरी आउट करते हैं, परफॉर्म करते हैं. कैन यू लिस्ट दीज फंक्शंस? These were like digestion, excretion, respiration, reproduction. Remember? We did this in the previous topic. Different set of organs perform various functions you have listed. ये जो functions हमने अभी discuss किए, ये अलग अलग organs अलग अलग functions perform करते हैं. In this chapter, you shall learn about the basic structural unit of an organ, which is the cell. मतलब बेसिक स्ट्रक्चरल यूनिट जो है ऑर्गन का, किसी भी ऑर्गन को बनाने में जो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चरल यूनिट लगता है वो है सेल, और उसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे. सेल्स में बी कंपेयर्ड टू ब्रिक्स. सेल्स की तुलना, सेल्स का कंपैरिजन ईंटों से किया जा सकता है. ब्रिक्स आर असेंबल्ड टू मेक अ बिल्डिंग. ईंटों को इकट्ठा करके, एकत्रित करके बिल्डिंग बनाई जाती है, इमारत बनाई जाती है. सिमिलरली उसी तरह सेल्स आर असेंबल्ड, सेल्स को एकत्रित करके हर ऑर्गेनिज्म की बॉडी बनाई जाती है, बॉडी बनती है. डिस्कवरी ऑफ द सेल. रॉबर्ट हुक इन 1665 observed slices of cork under a simple magnifying device. एक सिंपल मैग्नीफाइंग डिवाइस के अंदर उसने स्लाइसेस लिए कॉर्क के. रॉबर्ट हुक ने इन 1665. कॉर्क पता है आपको क्या होता है? इट इज़ अ पार्ट ऑफ द बार्क ऑफ अ ट्री. बार्क पता है क्या होती है? एक तो ट्री हो गया, ट्री का ट्रंक हो गया, ट्रंक के ऊपर का जो छिलका हो गया वो हो गया बार्क, और उसके एक पोर्शन को बोलते हैं कॉर्क. He took thin slices of cork and observed them under a microscope. He noticed partitioned boxes or compartments in the cork slice. उसने कॉर्क स्लाइस को माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर देखा और देखा कि उसके अंदर पार्टीशंस और छोटी छोटी डब्बियां, छोटे छोटे खाने बने हुए हैं, जैसा इस फोटो में है. कैन यू सी इन द पिक्चर दैट आई हैव शेयर्ड? राइट. दीज बॉक्सेस अपीयर्ड लाइक अ हनी कूम. मधुमक्खी के छत्ते के जो छेद छेद हैं वैसा लगता था. ही ऑल्सो नोटिस्ड दैट वन बॉक्स वॉज सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द अदर बाय अ वॉल और पार्टीशन. जैसे देख रहे हो ना, इसमें भी जितनी कैविटीज़ हैं दे आर ऑल पार्टीशनड, राउंड एम्प्टी कैविटीज़. कैन यू सी? Hooke coined the term cell for each box. What Hooke observed as boxes or cells in the cork were actually dead cells. Cells of living organisms could be observed only after the discovery of improved microscopes. जो हुक ने ऑब्जर्व किए थे सेल्स या बॉक्सेस, वो एक्चुअली मरे हुए सेल्स निकले. लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स के सेल्स को एक बेहतर क्वालिटी, एक बेटर क्वालिटी के माइक्रोस्कोप के आविष्कार या उसकी खोज के बाद ही देखा जा सकता था. सेल्स ऑफ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स कुड बी ऑब्जर्व्ड ओनली आफ्टर डिस्कवरी ऑफ इम्प्रूव्ड माइक्रोस्कोप्स. कोई बेटर माइक्रोस्कोप होते तभी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स के सेल्स को देखा जा सकता था. वेरी लिटिल वॉज नोन अबाउट द सेल फॉर द नेक्स्ट 150 years आफ्टर रॉबर्ट हुक्स ऑब्जर्वेशन. 150 साल तक कुछ पता नहीं था रॉबर्ट हुक की ऑब्जर्वेशन के बाद सेल्स के बारे में. टुडे वी नो अ लॉट अबाउट सेल structure and its functions because of improved microscopes having high magnification. The cell. Both bricks in a building and cells in the living organisms are basic structural units. The buildings, though built of similar bricks, having different designs, shapes, and sizes. Similarly, in the living world, organisms differ from one another but are made up of cells. Cells in the living organisms are complex living structures unlike non-living bricks. तो बेसिकली ये कह रहा है कि दोनों में, बिल्डिंग्स में और लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स में, एक एक चीज़ ऐसी है जो कि उनका बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक है, बेसिक उनका स्ट्रक्चरल एलिमेंट है. बिल्डिंग्स में हो गया ईंटें और लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स में हो गया सेल्स. सेम तरह की ईंटों से बनने वाली बिल्डिंग्स का आकार, उनका साइज़, उनका डिज़ाइन सब अलग अलग हो सकता है. इसी तरह लिविंग वर्ल्ड में भी ऑर्गेनिजम्स एक दूसरे से अलग होते हैं, लेकिन बने हुए होते हैं सब के सब सिर्फ सेल्स से. तो मेन बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक या मेन बिल्डिंग यूनिट जो बेसिकली हो गया फॉर ऑल लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स, वो हो गया हमारा सेल. अ hen's egg can be seen easily. Is it a cell or a group of cells? Make a guess. The egg of a hen represents a single cell and is big enough to be seen by the unaided eye. मतलब वो एक सिंगल सेल रिप्रेजेंट करता है एंड इज़ बिग इनफ टू बी सीन बाय द सिंगल आई. दैट इज़ ऑब्वियस, यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड कि आप उसे विदाउट एनी एडिशनल हेल्प, विदाउट अ माइक्रोस्कोप और एनी लेंस और मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास, आप उसे वैसे भी देख सकते हो. ऑर्गेनिजम्स show variety in cell number, shape, and size. How do scientists observe and study the living cells? They use microscopes which magnify objects. मतलब वो माइक्रोस्कोप्स का यूज़ करते हैं जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स को बड़ा करके हमें दिखाते हैं. स्टेन्स या डाइज मतलब कलर यूज़ करते हैं, आर यूज्ड टू कलर पार्ट्स ऑफ द सेल टू स्टडी द डिटेल्ड स्ट्रक्चर. थोड़ा सा स्टेन या डाई या कलर डाल देते हैं सेल के ऊपर ताकि उसकी जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो ज़्यादा आराम से डिटेल में दिखाई दे जाए. देयर आर मिलियंस ऑफ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स. दे आर ऑफ डिफरेंट शेप्स एंड साइजेस. देयर ऑर्गन्स ऑल्सो वेरी इन शेप, साइज एंड नंबर ऑफ सेल्स. लेट अस स्टडी अबाउट सम ऑफ देम. नंबर ऑफ सेल्स. Can you guess the number of cells in a tall tree or in a huge animal like the elephant? The number runs into billions and trillions. Human body has trillions of cells which vary in shapes and sizes. Different groups of cells perform a variety of functions. A billion is 1,000 million. A trillion is 1,000 billion. So you see how many hugely numbered cells we have in each organ, and imagine the whole number of the huge number of cells in the whole body. Organisms are made of more than one cell, are called multicellular. Multi means many and cellular is cell, cells wala. Organisms made of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. The number of cells being less in smaller organisms does not in any way affect the functioning of the organisms. मतलब अगर किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म में, किसी छोटे ऑर्गेनिज्म में कम सेल्स हैं तो उसकी फंक्शनैलिटी में कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा. You will be surprised to know that an organism with billion of cells begins life as a single cell, which is the fertilized egg. तो बेसिकली कोई भी ऑर्गेनिज्म जब बनना स्टार्ट होता है तो पहले वो एक सिंगल सेल होता है, विच इज़ द फर्टिलाइज्ड एग. पहले वो एक फर्टिलाइज्ड एग होता है जो कि पहला सिंगल सेल होता है. द फर्टिलाइज्ड एग सेल मल्टीप्लाइज and the number of cells increase as development proceeds. तो जो fertilized egg है वो multiply करना शुरू हो जाता है और जैसे जैसे development होती है उसके number of cells बढ़ते रहते हैं. Look at figure 8.3a and b, the figures below. Both organisms are made up of a single cell. The single-celled organisms are called unicellular. Uni मतलब one, cellular मतलब cells वाला. Cellular का मतलब cell भी होता है. A single-celled organism performs all the necessary functions that multicellular organisms perform. एक सिंगल सेल्ड ऑर्गेनिज्म वो सारे फंक्शंस परफॉर्म करता है जो एक मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म परफॉर्म करता है. अ सिंगल सेल्ड ऑर्गेनिज्म लाइक अमीबा कैप्चर्स एंड डाइजेस्ट्स फूड, रेस्पायर्स मतलब पसीना भी आता है उसको, एक्सक्रीट्स मतलब बॉडी का वेस्ट भी एक्सक्रीट करता है, ग्रोज एंड रिप्रोड्यूसेस. ग्रोज मतलब बढ़ता है एंड रिप्रोड्यूसेस मतलब नए ऑफस्प्रिंग्स पैदा करता है. Similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried out by groups of specialized cells forming different tissues. Tissues in turn form organs. Similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried out by a group of specialized cells forming tissues. मतलब ये tissues बनते हैं cells से और ऑर्गन बनता है टिश्यूज से. सेल्स मिलके टिश्यू बनाते हैं, टिश्यूज मिलके ऑर्गन बनाते हैं और ये अलग अलग ऑर्गन्स अलग अलग फंक्शंस कैरी आउट करते हैं मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स की बॉडी में. Activity 8.1. The teacher may show a permanent slide of amoeba and paramecium under a microscope. Alternatively, the teacher can collect pond water and show these organisms by preparing the slides. Well, this isn't really possible in an online class, so when you return to school, you can perform this activity and have a look at these microorganisms under the microscope in this school laboratory. Shape of cells. Refer to figure 8.3a. How do you define the shape of amoeba in the figure? You may say that the shape appears irregular. In fact, amoeba has no definite shape, unlike other organisms. It keeps on changing its shape. Observe the projections of varying lengths protruding out of its body. These are called pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and podia means feet, as you learnt in class 7. These projections appear and disappear as amoeba moves or feeds. तो बेसिकली अमीबा अपनी शेप चेंज करता रहता है और ये जो इसकी लेग्स सी दिख रही हैं, दीज आर कॉल्ड सूडोपोडिया. सूडो मतलब नकली और पोडिया मतलब पैर. तो ये नकली के पैर ही हैं इसके. जब ये खाना खाता है या जब मूव करता है तो ये हिलते रहते हैं, कहीं से बढ़ गया कहीं से कम हो गया. It is basically shapeless and it keeps changing its shape. The change in the shape is due to formation of pseudopodia, which facilitates movement and help in capturing food. तो pseudopodia जो है इसकी वजह से शेप चेंज होती है जब ये मूव करने की कोशिश करता है या जब ये खाना कैप्चर करने की कोशिश करता है. A white blood cell WBC in human blood is another example of a single cell which can change its shape. तो ह्यूमन ब्लड के अंदर भी जो वाइट ब्लड सेल होता है जिसको WBC बोलते हैं वो एक सिंगल सेल का एग्जाम्पल है जो अपनी शेप भी चेंज कर लेता है. बट वाइल WBC इज अ सेल, अमीबा इज अ फुल फ्लेज्ड ऑर्गेनिज्म capable of independent existence. We all understand this much? WBC जो है वो तो एक सिंगल सेल है, लेकिन अमीबा अपने आप में सिंगल सेल तो है ही है. इट इज़ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म इन इटसेल्फ विच इज़ केपेबल ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट एग्जिस्टेंस. वो अपने आप में इंडिपेंडेंटली जिंदा भी रह सकता है. What shape would you expect in organisms with millions of cells? Figure 8.4a BC shows different cells such as blood, muscle, and nerve of human beings. This is interesting. Let's take a very proper keen look. Generally, cells are round, spherical, or elongated. Round मतलब गोल थाली की तरह, प्लेट की तरह, स्फेरिकल मतलब बॉल की तरह या अर्थ की तरह, और elongated मतलब लंबे. Some cells are long and pointed at both ends. कुछ cells लंबे होते हैं और दोनों ends पे pointed होते हैं. ये फिगर B देख रहे हो ना, जिसमें 3 sticks type cells हैं, ये वाला. Cells sometimes are quite long. Some are branched like the nerve cells or a neuron, as shown in figure C, the one on the right hand side. Some cells are quite long. Some are branched like the nerve cell or a neuron. The nerve cell receives and transfers messages, thereby helping to control and coordinate the working of different parts of the body. मतलब नर्व सेल्स जो हैं वो बेसिकली सारे मैसेजेस बॉडी के एक ऑर्गन से दूसरे ऑर्गन तक और एक पार्ट से दूसरे पार्ट तक कंट्रोल करते हैं और कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं through their shape and through their structure. Can you guess which part of the cell gives it shape? Components of the cell are enclosed in a membrane. This membrane provides shape to the cells of plants and animals. Cell wall is an additional cover over the cell membrane in plant cells. It gives shape and rigidity to these cells. Bacterial cell also has a cell wall. Let's take a look at diagram 8.7 and read this paragraph once again while we take a look at the diagram. Components of the cell are enclosed in a membrane. मतलब वो components जो हैं cell के वो एक membrane के अंदर घिरे रहते हैं. Can you see the membrane here? This membrane provides shape to the cells of plants and animals. Cell wall is an additional covering over the cell membrane in plant cells. तो बेसिकली शेप मेम्ब्रेन ही देता है, लेकिन मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर एक आउटर प्रोटेक्शन कवरिंग रहती है जिसको बोलते हैं सेल वॉल. बैक्टीरिया सेल ऑल्सो हैज अ सेल वॉल. साइज ऑफ सेल्स. The size of cells in living organisms may be as small as a millionth of a meter, micrometer or micron, or maybe as large as a few centimeters. मतलब जो सेल का साइज़ है किसी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में वो बहुत छोटा 1 मीटर डिवाइडेड बाय 1 मिलियन माइक्रोमीटर भी हो सकता है और कुछ सेंटीमीटर्स जितना बड़ा भी हो सकता है. स्मॉल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स में स्मॉलेस्ट का एग्जाम्पल दिया गया है बैक्टीरिया का और लार्जेस्ट में दिया गया है ऑस्ट्रिच एग का विच इज़ 170 मिलीमीटर्स बाय 130 मिलीमीटर्स, 17 centimeters by 13 centimeters. Ostrich is the largest bird. We all know it is a bird that cannot fly but it can run very very fast, and it's a very strong bird. It lays the biggest egg in size, which is 17 centimeters by 13 centimeters, which is also an example of a single cell. Activity 8.2, boil a hen's egg. Can you see the egg here in the picture? Remove the shell. What do you observe? A white material surrounds the yellow part. We can all see in the picture. White material is albumin, which solidifies on boiling. Here it has solidified on boiling, if you can see. It's a solid compact egg cut into two halves. The white part is albumin and it has solidified on boiling. The yellow part is the yolk. It is a part of the single cell. You can observe this single cell without any magnifying device. Are the cells in an elephant larger than the cells in a rat? The size of the cell has no relation with the size of the body of the animal or plant. It is not necessary that the cells in the elephant be much bigger than those in a rat. The size of the cell is related to its function. For example, nerve cells both in elephant and rat are long and branched. They perform the same function, that of transferring messages. So this point clarifies that animal कितना भी बड़ा हो कितना भी छोटा हो उससे उसके सेल साइज का कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा. हाँ, सेल कैटेगरी कहीं ना कहीं सेम हो सकती है. जैसे नर्वस सेल्स हैं तो उनका स्ट्रक्चर जो है, उनका शेप जो है वो सिमिलर रहेगा, लॉन्ग एंड ब्रांच्ड, so they can send more messages from each part of the body to the other. They perform the same function that of transferring messages. 8.4 Cell structure and function. You have learnt that each living organism has many organs. You have studied in class 7 about the digestive organs, which together constitute the digestive system. Each organ in system performs different functions such as digestion, assimilation and absorption. Similarly, different organs of a plant perform specific or specialized functions. For example, roots help in the absorption of water and minerals. Leaves, as you have learnt in class 7, are responsible for synthesis of food. Each organ is further made up of smaller parts called tissues. A tissue is a group of similar cells performing a specific function. Paley realized that an organ is made up of tissues, which in turn are made up of cells. The cell in a living organism is the basic structural unit. तो बेसिकली सेल से बनता है टिश्यू, टिश्यू से बनता है ऑर्गन और ऑर्गन्स से बनते हैं ऑर्गेनिजम्स. 8.5 Parts of cell. Cell membrane. The basic components of a cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Take a look at figure 8.7 here. The cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane, also called the plasma membrane. The membrane separates cells from one another and also the cell from surrounding medium. Basically ये membrane जो है cell membrane या plasma membrane इसको कह लो, it is the boundary, it is the cover of the whole cell. It is what separates it from things outside, be it another cell or be it another medium that the cell is surrounded in. The plasma membrane is porous and allows movement of substances or materials both inward and outward. Basically, okay, the plasma membrane is porous also. Porous वो होता है जिसके अंदर से फिल्टर होके कोई चीज़ आ जा सकती है. Something can make an entry inside towards it also and outward also. That is porous. जैसे sand होता है porous होती है, उस पर पानी डाल दो तो water trickles down. That is porous. Activity 8.3. In order to observe the basic components of the cell, take an onion bulb, प्याज ले लो, remove the dry pink coverings, उसका छिलका उतारो. You can easily separate these from the fleshy white layer of the bulb with the help of forceps or even with your hand. पतला वाला छिलका जो होता है ना, उसका मोटी लेयर जो प्याज की होती है वो नहीं चाहिए, उसके ऊपर एक पतला फाइन छिलका होता है, हाथ से भी उतर जाएगा, नाइफ से भी उतर जाएगा. You can also break the onion bulb and separate out thin layers. Place a small piece of thin onion peel in a drop of water on a glass slide. The thin layer can be cut into smaller pieces with the help of a blade or forceps. Forceps क्या होते हैं? Plucker. Add a drop of methylene blue solution to the layer and place a cover slip on it. While placing the cover slip, ensure that there are no air bubbles under the cover slip. Observe the slide under the microscope. Draw a label. You may compare it with figure 8.5. So basically, if you are not able to do this exercise because of lockdown, you can simply take a look at figure 8.5 and observe it. It is a picture of cells observed in an onion peel. Let's take a look. The boundary of the onion cell is the cell membrane covered by another thick covering called the cell wall. The central dense round body in the center is called the nucleus. The jelly-like substance between the nucleus and the cell membrane is called cytoplasm. I want to know why plant cells need cell walls. You have learnt earlier that the cell membrane gives shape to the cell. In addition to the cell membrane, there is an outer thick layer in cells of plants called the cell wall. This additional layer surrounding the cell membrane is required by plants for protection. Plant cells need protection against variations in temperature, high wind, speed, atmospheric moisture, etc. They are exposed to these variations because they cannot move. Cells can be observed in the leaf peel of Tradescantia. You can also call this Tradescantia, Elodia or Rio. You can prepare a slide as in the case of onion. So these plants, Tradescantia, Elodia or Rio, you can observe cells in leaf peels of these plants also. You can prepare a slide also if you want, like the onion peel. Paheli asks Bujo if he can also observe animal cells. So basically we'll talk about animal cells now. Activity 8.4. Take a clean toothpick or a matchstick with the tip broken. Scrape inside of your cheek without hurting it. Place it in a drop of water on a glass slide. Add a drop of iodine and place a cover slip over it. Alternatively, add 1 to 2 drops of methylene blue solution. Observe it under the microscope. You may notice several cells in the scraped material, also as shown in figure 8.6. You can identify the cell membrane, the cytoplasm and the nucleus. A cell wall is absent in animal cells. Remember this part. A cell wall which is present in plant cells is absent in animal cells. The cytoplasm. It is the jelly-like substance present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. Various other components or organelles of cells are present in the cytoplasm. तो cytoplasm क्या हो गया? ये boundary के बीच में और न्यूक्लियस के बीच का जो लाइट ब्लू शेडेड पार्ट है वो हो गया cytoplasm. Various other components or organelles of cells are present in the cytoplasm. इस cytoplasm में और भी organelles और other parts, other components of the cells are present. These are mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, etc. You will learn about them in later classes. Nucleus. It is an important component of the living cell. It is generally spherical, spherical matlab ball shaped, and located in the center of the cell. It can be stained and easily seen with the help of a microscope. मतलब इस पे अगर हम कलर डालें और इसको माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर रखें, स्टेन मतलब दाग लगा के कलर करके इसको देखा जा सकता है. न्यूक्लियस is separated from cytoplasm by a membrane called nuclear membrane. Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane called nuclear. मतलब ये न्यूक्लियस की ये जो बाउंड्री वॉल है, टॉप लेफ्ट में ये मार्क किया हुआ ना, ये जो बाउंड्री वॉल है, it is called nuclear membrane that separates the cytoplasm and the nucleus. This membrane is also porous and allows movement of materials between the cytoplasm and the inside of the nucleus. ये भी porous है, इसके आर पार भी चीज़ें आ जा सकती हैं. With a microscope of higher magnification, we can see a smaller spherical body in the nucleus. It is called nucleolus. The word is nucleolus. साइटोप्लाज्म के अंदर न्यूक्लियस हो गया, न्यूक्लियस की शेप हो गई स्फेरिकल. हायर मैग्निफिकेशन वाले माइक्रोस्कोप के साथ देखेंगे तो न्यूक्लियस के अंदर एक और स्फेरिकल शेप है विच इज न्यूक्लियोलस, विच कंटेन्स थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स कॉल्ड क्रोमोसोम्स. These carry genes and help in inheritance or transfer of characters from the parents to the offsprings. The chromosomes can be seen only when the cell divides. कई बार होता है ना that children look like their parents. That is because of the characteristics, the properties they carry from the chromosomes of their parents, the genes that they carry. Chromosomes जो होते हैं वो genes carry करते हैं और ये जीन्स इनहेरिटेंस में ट्रांसफ़र में हमारे पेरेंट्स से हम तक आती हैं. ये कौन लेके आता है? इसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं क्रोमोसोम्स. साइटोप्लाज्म के अंदर न्यूक्लियस, न्यूक्लियस के अंदर न्यूक्लियोलस, न्यूक्लियोलस के अंदर थ्रेड लाइट स्ट्रक्चर्स हो गए. क्रोमोसोम्स, क्रोमोसोम्स कैरी करते हैं जीन्स एंड क्रोमोसोम्स कैन बी सीन ओनली व्हेन अ सेल डिवाइड्स. Now let's talk about gene. Gene is a unit of inheritance in living organisms. It controls the transfer of a hereditary characteristic from parents to offsprings. This means that your parents pass some of their characteristics on to you. If your father has brown eyes, you may also have brown eyes. If your mother has curly hair, you might also end up having curly hair. However, the different combination of genes from parents result in different characteristics. Nucleus, in addition to its role in inheritance, acts as control center of activities of the cell. The entire content of a living cell is known as protoplasm. The entire content of a living cell is known as protoplasm. It includes cytoplasm and the nucleus. Protoplasm is called the living substance of the cell. Paheli wants to know if the structure of the nucleus is the same in the cell of plants, animals, and bacteria. Let's see. The nucleus of the bacterial cell is not well organized like the cells of multicellular organisms. There is no nuclear membrane. The cells having nuclear material without nuclear membrane are termed prokaryotic cells. The organisms with these kinds of cells are called prokaryotes. Pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus. So it is the old, very old nucleus in a way, so called prokaryotes. Examples are bacteria, blue-green algae. The cells like onion cells and cheek cells having well organized nucleus with a nuclear membrane are designated as eukaryotic cells. The word is eukaryotic cells. All organisms other than bacteria and blue-green algae are called eukaryotes. Eu means true, karyon means nucleus. So basically cells where there is no nuclear membrane are called prokaryotic cells. Examples are bacteria and blue-green algae. And cells that have a well-organized nucleus, a nuclear membrane, are called eukaryotic cells. The examples are onion peel and the skin, the cheek cells from inside the cheek, as we studied earlier. While observing the onion cells under the microscope, did you notice any blank looking structures in the cytoplasm? It is called vacuole. It could be single and big as in an onion cell. Cheek cells have smaller vacuoles. Large vacuoles are common in plant cells. Vacuoles in animal cells are much smaller. You might have noticed several small colored bodies in the cytoplasm of the cells of Tradescantia leaf. They are scattered in the cytoplasm of the leaf cells. These are called plastids. They are of different colors. Some of them contain green pigment called chlorophyll. Green colored plastids are called chloroplasts. They provide green color to the leaves. You may recall that chlorophyll in the chloroplasts of leaves is essential for photosynthesis. Very important paragraph. Vacuole is also very important. The empty spaces between the cells of animals and plants, as you see in the diagram also. In the animal cell, vacuoles are much smaller. In the plant cells, vacuoles are much larger. Small colorful bodies floating in the cytoplasm of leaf cells are called plastids. These colorful pigmented bodies lend color to the cell. In case of green plants, it is called chlorophyll that gives color to the cells, and these plastids in green plants are called chloroplasts. And chlorophyll, of course, is the most important element for photosynthesis in plants. So we move to point 8.6, comparison of plants and animal cells. The table is very simple. You have to read the topic again, go through the whole chapter again, and fill up point 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Which one of these are present in the plant cell and animal cell, and which one of these are absent in the plant cell and animal cell? So I'll leave it to your best judgment and your practice. So you read the topic and do this exercise yourself. Next is page number 97. We have just the keywords and important notes to read once. First, let's take a look at the list of keywords. The importance of keywords is that we will read these keywords and we will mark their definitions everywhere on this chapter in the book. And we will go back to these keywords again and memorize and understand their meanings again. The words are cell, cell membrane, cell wall, chloroplast, chromosome, cytoplasm, eukaryotes, gene, multicellular, nuclear membrane, nucleolus, nucleus, organ, organelles, plasma membrane, plastid, prokaryotes, pseudopodia, tissue, unicellular, vacuole, and white blood cells. We have read all these words and we have understood all these terms. All you have to do is go back to the message, listen to the topic again, or read the lesson again. What you have learnt in this topic: all organisms are made up of smaller parts called organs. Organs are made of still small parts. The smallest living part of an organism is a cell. Cells were first observed in Cork by Robert Hooke in 1665. Cells exhibit a variety of shapes and sizes. Number of cells also varies from organism to organism. Some cells are big enough to be seen with the unaided eye, hence egg is an example. Some organisms are single-celled while others contain large number of cells. The single cell of unicellular organisms performs all the basic functions performed by a variety of cells in multicellular organisms. The cell has three main parts: the cell membrane, cytoplasm, which contains smaller components called organelles, and the nucleus. Nucleus is separated from cytoplasm by a nucleus membrane. Cells without well-organized nucleus, that is lacking nuclear membrane, are called prokaryotic cells. Plant cells differ from animal cells in having an additional layer around the cell membrane termed cell wall. Colored bodies called plastids are found in the plant cells only. Green plastids containing chlorophyll are called chloroplasts. Plant cell has a big central vacuole, unlike a number of small vacuoles in animal cells. So our topic is pretty much done. The back exercises are left. I recommend you do them on your own. And I will see you very soon in your next topic. Till then, if you have any comments or requests, please write in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel if you want auto updates of any new topics or any new videos being uploaded. Thank you. Study hard, work hard, and good luck. Bye-bye.